वेलकम टू RRB NEXUS। इन आवर रैंडम क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर सेशन हमारा प्राइमरी गोल है कि आपकी परीक्षा से पहले हम सभी सवालों का कवर करें जो कि परीक्षा में सबसे ज्यादा संभावित हैं। और ये सवाल पिछले वर्षों के नॉर्सेट, AIIMS, RRB, ESI, PG की परीक्षाओं के प्रश्नों पर आधारित हैं। जॉइन अस रेगुलरली टू मेक श्योर योर सिलेक्शन।
What is the average lifespan of red blood cells? A. 250 days. B. 180 days. C. 50 days. D. 120 days.
The answer is D. 120 days. Red blood cells are the most abundant type of cell in the blood, and they have a lifespan of about 120 days. This means that they are constantly being replaced by new cells that are produced in the bone marrow. There are a few reasons why red blood cells only live for about 120 days. First, they don't have a nucleus, which means that they can't produce new proteins or organelles. Second, they are constantly being exposed to wear and tear from flowing through the bloodstream. Finally, they are eventually destroyed by the spleen, which is a small organ located in the abdomen. Why do red blood cells only live for 120 days? I don't know. Why? Of course, this is just a joke, but it does get the point across. Red blood cells are constantly working hard to carry oxygen throughout the body, and they eventually wear out.
Which technique is used to demonstrate the relationship between intravesical pressure and the volume of urine in the bladder? A. Cystoscopy. B. Cystometry. C. Pyelogram. D. Ureteroscopy.
The answer is B. Cystometry. Cystometry is a urodynamic test that measures the pressure inside the bladder as it is filled with liquid. This allows doctors to see how the bladder responds to filling and to identify any problems with the bladder's ability to store and empty urine. The term cystometry is derived from the Greek words cystos, meaning bladder, and metron, meaning measure. So, cystometry literally means measuring the bladder. The name is a bit of a misnomer, because cystometry doesn't just measure the bladder. It also measures the pressure inside the bladder as it is filled with liquid. This allows doctors to see how the bladder responds to filling and to identify any problems with the bladder's ability to store and empty urine. Here is a funny way to explain cystometry. Cystometry is like a date with a really full bladder. You start out feeling fine, but as the date goes on, you start to feel more and more uncomfortable. By the end of the date, you're just about ready to burst. But then, just when you think you can't hold it any longer, the date ends and you can finally go to the bathroom. I hope this explanation is clear and accurate. Please let me know if you have any other questions.
Borborygmi refers to A. Vascular sounds in the abdomen. B. Peristalsis movements in the abdomen. C. Hyperactive bowel sounds. D. Absence of bowel sounds.
The answer is C. Hyperactive bowel sounds. Borborygmi is a medical term for the rumbling or gurgling sounds that your stomach and intestines make as they move food, fluids, and gas through them. It's a normal part of digestion, and you're more likely to hear it when you're hungry or when you've eaten a large meal. In some cases, borborygmi can be more pronounced, or hyperactive. This can happen if you have an underlying medical condition, such as diarrhea, celiac disease, or lactose intolerance. It can also happen if you've eaten a lot of gas-producing foods, such as beans, broccoli, or cabbage. If you're concerned about your borborygmi, talk to your doctor. They can help you determine if it's a sign of an underlying medical condition. Here's a funny way to explain borborygmi in simple language. Have you ever heard your stomach growling? That's borborygmi. It's the sound your intestines make when they're moving food and gas around. It's a normal part of digestion, but it can be a little embarrassing if it's really loud. The word borborygmi comes from the Greek word borborygmos, which means to rumble. So the next time you hear your stomach growling, you can think to yourself, my intestines are rumbling. I hope this helps.
Which of the following is the drug of choice for thalassemia? A. Vincristine. B. Vinblastine. C. Dilantin. D. Deferoxamine.
The answer is D. Deferoxamine. Deferoxamine is a chelating agent that is used to remove excess iron from the body. This is important for people with thalassemia, because regular blood transfusions can cause iron overload, which can lead to serious health problems. The answer in bullet points. The drug of choice for thalassemia is deferoxamine. Deferoxamine is a chelating agent that removes excess iron from the body. This is important for people with thalassemia, because regular blood transfusions can cause iron overload. Vincristine, vinblastine, and dilantin are not used to treat thalassemia.
And for additional query, search on YouTube RK Edu Nexus, and get brief note on topics, join our Telegram channel, same name RK Edu Nexus.